You know who else was fifth cousins? Eleanor Roosevelt and her husband FDR. She did not have to change her name when she got married. That's some history for you. That is. Also, if you are in love with your first cousin, move to New York because you can marry your first cousin there. Yeah, it's a true story. When I went to law school, I went to New York and we were, learning all the family laws, and they're like, oh, in Alabama, or whatever states, you can't marry your first cousin, and then in New York, they're like, you can, and everyone's like, well, yeah, because we don't need those laws here, and I'm like, yeah, you do. Everyone needs those laws. Because the cases we were reading proved that they needed those laws, that they did. I'm excited for this next performer. It's her first time on our stage, and I was really excited when she reached out to me and wanted to do the show, and I'm happy to have her here with y'all today. She is also tall, so we're gonna do that. Please welcome Amber Lynn Kimball, y'all.
How y'all doing today? My name is Amber. I don't use the last name because my family has tarnished it. Let's call it a toxic gene pool. And sadly, I don't have any crazy kissing cousin stories, but my family does need a shock tablet or two. So, let me tell you about myself. I am a trans woman, and I've been through a lot of crazy shit to get to where I've been now. I joined the Air Force right out of high school, which was pretty fun, and wish I could do it, but they didn't like trans people in the military back then. Now it's a little bit gray. And then I did some stuff, and then I became a firefighter. I loved the fire service. It was the best thing ever. I went from killing people and breaking things to saving people and breaking things. So it's been a wild ride. Let's see. So I joined a new fire department recently, and these guys, when the chief saw my certificates, because I've been doing this for 10 years, I'm the first female firefighter in St. John Parish, or at least was. And I'm the first female / and or trans district chief of that parish. Let's just say being boss, I did not get to have any of the fun. I had to sit back and watch, and that really sucked. So, doing some stuff, I hurt myself, and now I'm doing something different. But it was definitely a great thing to do. So, after a year hiatus recovering from my injury, I went to go be back as a volunteer because I learned something. When you do something for money, it becomes a lot less fun. I don't know what it is. I started off as a volunteer thinking, oh, this is the greatest job ever. I wish I could do this for money. Then I get a job as a paid person, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta go to work. Really? So, later on, I heal up nice and neat. I go talk to the chief at the local, where I live. I go, look, chief, this is the situation. I've been a firefighter for 10 plus years. I have all these certifications. I want to help y'all. He goes, let me see your certs. I pulled them out. I got 5 from LSU, which is cool because now I get to say, go LSU, because I'm in Baton Rouge now. And I could fit in without having to pay all those student loans. So the guys, they're like, oh, girl doesn't know how to be a firefighter. Girls can't do that. So we go on a call. It was one of the first medical calls I went on with these guys. And we had to get in this lady's house because she's fallen and I can't get up kind of a situation, which still trips me out to this day when I get those calls. So we go in there and he's like, move out the way, I'm gonna kick the door in. I'm like, dude, give me 2 minutes. Let me see if I can break in the house. He kind of looks at me with this bullshit, you ain't gonna do nothing. I'm like, give me 2 minutes, watch. So I do my walk around and I found the open window. And just to let you know, it is so much easier to crawl through a window without tits. Before it was like a snake, now it's more like a speed bump. So I crawl in the house, I yell, fire department, fire department. So that way the lady doesn't shoot me in the face because crawling through a window, you know. I cleared the house and my partners were standing outside and 2 paramedics were out the front door. Made sure nobody was home. Lady wasn't there. She was with her grandkids or something. I don't know. I don't care. And so I opened the door and see my partner. I'm like, I didn't order no fucking pizza. I slammed the door in their face. I could hear giggling like nobody's business. It was the funniest thing I've ever done. I opened the door. The two guys were stunned. The paramedics were almost, we needed to save them, I think. They were dying. And then later on, one of the firefighters comes up and he's like, Amber, I'm really, really sorry. I apologize. I thought you were just playing firefighter. I know you really were. I'm like, okay, LSU lied in this big conspiracy, some Akon type shit. It's been a wild ride, and I've got some weird, dark shit that I don't talk about, and I'm going to save you some of the better stuff. I got called out to a medical situation. Lady was giving birth. I get there, and my partner gets there. A bunch of volunteers show up. This is when I was paid, so I kind of had to do it. And it was amazing. I'm sitting there, and if you've never seen The Miracle of Life, it's fucking disgusting. There's just, ugh. So all the guys run away because they couldn't handle it, so it left me. And I was not me yet, if you know what I mean. So I'm sitting there going, oh God, this sucks ass. But I yell, hut, hike! The baby pops out. I have never had a good job and a slap in the back of the head so hard, but it was a good slap, but it was a bad slap. So, I don't know. We get outside. She's like, did you really just call it audible with a woman gave birth? I'm like, how was the timing? He goes, perfect. Then yes, the answer is yes. Let's see. So, I've done a lot of different things over my life, and you know, just to let you know, I don't do this because of daddy issues, because I was told stand-ups do this because of daddy issues. I want to set this rule right now. I strip because of my daddy issues. Okay? And I'm noticing more and more as I get older, I am a spiteful bitch. The whole reason why I have a stripper's license, and yes, I do have, you need a license to be a fucking stripper. I was with a friend of mine, and she's a cis woman. She goes, I want to get a stripper license. I'm like, you know what? It's a rite of passage. Most females go through it. I want a stripper license. So I go to the courthouse. Well, we have to go to Ascension Parish Jail, which I think is incredibly funny and ironic in so many ways. But I fill out the paperwork, and I see that look. The look of, but is this person has a what on a birth certificate? That look of, I'm confused, I need an adult. So the lady calls me up to the window, and I talk to my friend, I'm like, I ain't getting this license, watch this shit. So I get up to the license, she goes, I'm sorry, we can't give you a birth certificate. I'm sorry, a stripper license. I'm like, excuse me? She goes, well, you have an M on your birth certificate, that means we can't give you a stripper license. I'm like, okay, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? And I'm being condescending and a little bit of an asshole, because let's face it, it's genetic. So, after a little bit of using the magic D word, not dick or Dallas, discrimination, I got my license. So, I became the first trans stripper in Ascension Parish. Out of spite. So, I danced one dance, and it sucked. I'm going to be honest. The only reason I did it was because I could, and because fuck you, Popo. So, well, I'm going to go ahead and turn this over. Thank you for the time, and I appreciate y'all.